Okay, kind of nervous to make this video. Ugh. All right, so I owe you an explanation. So if you've been on my website lately, you might have noticed that something was missing, and that is cakes are no longer on the menu. I can explain. I've been upfront and honest with you guys from the get-go in this business. I've done behind the scenes vlogs. I've explained to you guys every step of the way why I do this and any changes that are needed and all of that. So this shouldn't be any different. Listen, I love cake. I love making cake. I love selling cakes. I love decorating cakes. I love eating cake. So taking them off the menu was not a decision that I came to lightly, and I want you guys to understand that. So here's what happened. 2 years ago, I started by making cakes, and those were the main things on the menu. And they were one of the first things that I learned how to bake vegan, and I got really good at it. And so many of you have given me reviews saying it was the best cake you've ever had, and that means so much. I am the one doing everything when it comes to the cakes. I make the mixes, the batter, I bake them, I make the buttercream, I decorate it, I choose the flowers, and I do the handwriting on it on my own. Everything from top to bottom, I do it all myself. And everything is done with a lot of love, a lot of attention, because I know that for you, when you order cake from me, it's not just a cake. Like for me, it might be another order that comes in through the website. But I know that for you, that cake means something. That's either it's your birthday, it's your graduation, it's you just wanted some cake that day. Every single cake that I do, even if it's the 15th cake that week, is done with individual love and attention, because I know that that singular person deserves the best cake that I can make them. That's been my thing from the start. And then last year, COVID hit. That was fun. And a lot of things had to change. First of all, there were no parties, so there was not a lot of cakes being made for that. But I had to do a lot of things in my business to adapt to COVID and to stay open. One of the things that I had to do to kind of pivot my business was to focus more on retailers. And here's what that means. So I can sell directly to consumers, which I do through my website. I also sell to retailers, so cafes and restaurants locally. They will buy my things and then they will resell it to their customers. In the last year, I had to shift my focus to do a lot more of that. So places like Book and Bottle, The Green Table, Neighborhood Joe, here all in St. Pete and Palm Harbor, were carrying my things and selling it to their customers. Now, some of the benefits of that is because you're amplifying your reach. So if people are going to that restaurant, they don't know me, they're having my things for the first time because it's on their menu. At the same time, if they know my stuff and now they know they can go to this local restaurant to get it, now they don't have to buy an entire box of croissants for themselves. If they don't want to, they can go to this one coffee shop and get one croissant with their coffee. And so it's a mutually beneficial relationship. It helps local restaurants. It also helps me. And I love that about that relationship. So I had to focus a lot more on that part of the business last year. And thankfully, it really took off. Over the last year, I've added a lot more retailers, and you can see a full list on the website. I'll put the link in the description below. And that takes a lot of my time these days. So I'll be completely honest with you guys. It takes me the same amount of time to make one cake as it takes for me to make 100 croissants. So for the first year of my business, everything was just available through the website, and you order in there and things were ready within 48 hours. So you order a cake, you get it 2 days later because everything was made to order. And then more things were added to the menu, like cookies and brownies and the croissants. And that was still how things worked. And then I added all of these retailers, and I kept the website working the way that it was. So now I'm producing hundreds of croissants and brownies and cookies for all of these cafes and restaurants, while at the same time having to drop everything to make a cake for somebody tomorrow. And because this, everything is fresh. I can't just make something on a Monday when I know the order is for Friday. It just doesn't work that way. So it's become clear to me that I cannot put the same amount of love and attention into cakes if I'm doing all of the things. And if I can't dedicate the amount of love and effort and attention to every individual order as I have so far, I don't want to do it. Starting a business is really hard. Running a business is very hard. Growing a business is even harder. As I'm growing this business, I've had to really think about how can I continue to grow and expand into more retailers while at the same time being true to my values, that every single thing must be made with a lot of love and attention, and being fair to you guys, because that's what you guys deserve. When I started this bakery, the bakery was started with a mission, and you can watch this video over here where I went into more about how I went from not knowing anything about baking to owning my own bakery. And part of that video is talking about how I had a job as a publicist. I was good at my job and I was happy with my job, but I saw the bakery as a way to do activism for something that I believe in. I believe in changing the world one vegan baked good at a time. So I make vegan baked goods that taste just like the real deal because I want non-vegans to taste it and be surprised and find out that vegan things can taste just as good as the real deal, if not better. And so what my hope is that once they have my things, they are not going to be prejudiced against vegan food next time they're offered some, because they know that they've had this amazing buttery croissant that they could never tell was vegan before. So, now they know that they don't have to give something up in order to go plant-based, to eat vegan food. Working with retailers helps me in that mission, because the more that I can make my items available to a wider net, the more people that I'm reaching, and the closer I am to that goal of changing the world. I love that people that already know me order from me. That's awesome. I love it so much. But I also want to reach those people that have never heard of me because they're not vegan, because they don't care. There was one more point that I wanted to make. As somebody who, for the last 10 and a half years that I've been vegan, has gone to many restaurants, many cafes, and not had anything to eat because they didn't have a vegan option, I never want another vegan to go through that, ever. Like, if I can get my things into every single restaurant so that every vegan that goes out can get something to eat that's not just a salad, but something delicious, I want to do that. So this is part of a bigger mission to help vegans and non-vegans. So that's how I've reached this conclusion. This was not an emotional decision. This was not an overnight decision. It was something that I've given a lot of thought to, and something that has not been taken lightly. Honestly, I'm a little scared of it. Like I know that a lot of you have been ordering cakes from me from the get-go, and I don't want you to feel like I've abandoned you. Like I said, I love making cakes. It just doesn't fit into the schedule right now. That's where we are. You can find my stuff at retailers locally. Right now, as you may know, I am mostly in the St. Pete area, but I'm also, I've been expanding into Clearwater, to Palm Harbor, and the goal is to expand into Tampa and be at more restaurants and cafes locally. So watch out for that. I'll be making announcements. You can see a full list on the website. I'll put the link in the description below. Finally, and let's end this video on a good note. If you're not local and you are somewhere in the United States, you can now get the croissants shipped to you. So it took a long time to figure that one out, and that could honestly be its own vlog, but we figured out shipping, so now you can order croissants on the website and get them shipped to you. I'll put the link in the description below. I'm using USPS for that, and the times for you when you can expect on how long it takes for it to get to you are listed on the website, so you know that. If you're from somewhere else and you were here on vacation and you've tried it and you've been wanting it ever since, now you can get cookies and you can get the croissants shipped to you anywhere in the United States. So that's good. So this is the update. I really hope you guys understand, and I really hope that this has helped you understand my point of view and why I'm doing this. Like I said, your support means the world to me, and it has allowed me to do this and do something that I love. And I couldn't do it without you, and I love you so much. And if you could do me a favor and just drop a comment, like drop something in the comments and tell me if you're with me, if you understand what you think about all of this. And your support means a whole lot to me, and it hasn't been easy reaching this conclusion. And when I sat down to do this video, I was a little nervous because I'm not sure how you will react to this, and but I'm really curious to see how you do. So please drop it in the comments below and tell me how you're feeling about this. I really hope you guys understand and that you will stick with me in this new phase of the business that I'm really excited about. There is so much goodness ahead, and I promise that if you stick with me, I'll make it worth your while. So are you with me? Let me know. I'll talk to you guys soon, and stay curious.